Welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I am Samira Ibrahim. Here are your top stories for today. Zamfara State Speaker meets local government sole administrators over security. Federal government, states and local governments shares 619.3 billion naira for December 2020. Federal government creates permanent job opportunities for ex-Empower beneficiaries. On business, Africa Development Bank set up efforts to promote Africa economic growth. On international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari has sent a congratulatory message to Joe Biden as the 46th U.S. President. On sports, Messi and Ronaldo makes UEFA Team of the Year. Now the news in details. The Speaker of Zamfara State House of Assembly, Alhaji Nasir Ma'azu Magaria, had summoned all the 14 local government sole administrators to the House for a meeting. The meeting, which was organized and conducted behind closed doors with local government sole administrators on Tuesday, spent over 1 hour having discussion on security issues bedeviling the state and the way forward. In a statement issued by spokesman of the House, Mustafa Jafar Kaura, the Speaker of the House, Alhaji Nasir Ma'azu Magaria, decided to call for a meeting because, as custodian of local government councils in the state, the leadership of the House is deeply concerned with the protracted security situation in the state, hence the need to sit with the sole administrators to discuss on the possible ways to end the menace. For more details on the story, over now to our correspondent Musa Joy.
The lawmaker further maintained that their meeting has now opened a window of opportunity to interact with other security stakeholders in the state, such as security chiefs, traditional rulers, opinion leaders, as well as even the proscribed vigilante group known as Nsakai, all at finding a lasting solution to insecurity in the state. According to the Speaker, as leaders, they will not fold their arms and be watching the lives of innocent people being perished in the hands of criminals. He called on President Muhammadu Buhari and other concerned security chiefs to look into possible ways of tackling the security situation in Zamfara and by extension the Northwest state. Also speaking at the meeting, the Association of Local Government Chairman and Brini Magaji Local Government Sole Administrator Mohammed Umar Wamban Brini Magaji, represented at the session by his deputy Salisu Isa Tafidan Danglubi, told the leadership of the House of the Local Council's commitment in ensuring peace and stability in the state. Musa Joy Onyoda, SVTV News, Gusau.
Senator Ahmad Sani Yarima has said that Nigeria has fared well under the current democratic dispensation. The former governor of Zamfara State made this statement while answering questions in a recent TV program, Politics on Sunday, adding that the position is so far so good despite a range of challenges faced by the country. He added that the country was undergoing development process like any other nation, and as such it has to take its time in terms of the development. For more details on this story, Fatima Ibrahim reports.
He added that he was happy with the democratic progress, although there is no room for improvement, especially on the kind of politicians being elected in high offices in the land. He pointed out that countries developed gradually and Nigeria is no exception, saying even developed countries like United States of America has at one time undergone the process. He further said that Nigeria under the APC administration was doing its best to improve on the democratic progress despite the fall in the price of oil, which is main source of the country's revenue generation. It could be recalled that before the inception of the APC administration, crude oil used to sell for about $140 a barrel, while after the coming of APC administration, the price fell to as low as $40 per barrel. Meanwhile, Senator Ahmad Sani Yarima has confirmed that he had the intention of becoming the president of Nigeria one day. He said, as someone who has held the office of the governor and occupied the position of a senator, his next wish is to be the president. That's the report. Fatima Ibrahim reporting for SVTV News.
The federal government, states and local government councils have shared 619.343 billion naira as federation allocation for December 2020. Mr. Hassan Dudu, Director of Information, Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, announced this on Wednesday in Abuja. Mr. Dudu said the allocation was released after a virtual conference of the Federal Account Allocation Committee, FAC. The committee, in its communique, noted that 619.343 billion naira shared included cost of collection to Nigerian Customs Service, Department of Petroleum Resources, and the Federal Inland Revenue Service. It also said that the federal government received 218.297 billion naira. The state received 178.280 billion naira, while local governments got 131.792 billion naira respectively. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, said it has concluded arrangements to continue its tracking and monitoring of constituency projects in Kano State by the end of January 2021. Reports said that the tracking and monitoring of constituency projects by the ICPC that started in 2019 is geared towards investigating fraudulent procurement practices in the award of contracts of constituency and executive projects and make recoveries on projects or contracts confirmed to have been inflated or in which contractors underperformed or did not perform at all, and track contracting companies for all statutory compliance. New Kano ICPC Commissioner Malam Ibrahim Abubakar Garba, who assumed duty on Monday, stated this in an exclusive interview with newsmen. He said with the importance of commission attaches to the initiative, a unit was established as its headquarters, headed by an assistant director to oversee the exercise. Beneficiaries of the N-Power initiative who have concluded the 2-year job program will now be able to access permanent job opportunities or business prospects in line with the N-Power exit strategy now activated by President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Under the plan, 200,000 beneficiaries will be engaged as financial services operators under a shared agent network expansion facility scheme operated by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Another 30,000 have already been engaged as geospatial experts and enumerators in the Economic Sustainability Plan's Mass Agri program, while several others will have the option of benefiting from the GIB micro-enterprise loan. Some beneficiaries of the scheme confirmed in separate telephone interviews that a platform now known as N-Exit Portal had indeed been opened to collect and process beneficiaries' information in line with the government exit strategy. Gombe Local Government Chairman Alhaji Ali Ishaka has directed that all Keke Napep operators must install light inside their tricycles. The chairman said the move was to check the excess of some bad eggs who commit crimes in the tricycles in the night. Similarly, inhabitants of Northeast area have continued to call on the federal government to make the Dadunkowa power station in Yamaltu local government area of Gombe State. Many concerned citizens have expressed concern on the non-functioning of the power station, which continued to breed criminals in the area. Let me quickly take you to our business desk for the business update.
Welcome to Business Desk. The African Development Bank and the European Investment Bank have signed a joint action plan to strengthen cooperation between both banks and support investment across Africa. The signing ceremony for joint action plan with the EIB was organized virtually by AFDB in its headquarters in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire on Wednesday. The action plan was signed by Ms. Wazi Sashabalala, Acting Senior Vice President, and Vice President Finance and Chief Financial Officers, AFDB, and Vice President EIB, Mr. Thomas Ostros. In her remarks, Sasha Balala said the agreement had 6 priority themes on which both banks would focus their collaboration. The themes are climate action and environmental sustainability, transformative large-scale quality infrastructure investment, and information and communication technology infrastructure and services. And that's all on Standard Voice Business Update. I am Musa Joy Unyoza. Back to the newsroom.
Thank you, Musa Joy. And on the international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari has reacted to the inauguration of Biden and Harris as President and Vice President of U.S. respectively. The Nigerian leader said he looks forward to working with the newly inaugurated U.S. government. Some of the areas President Buhari highlighted for partnership include anti-terrorism fight, climate change, among others. The Nigerian leader expressed hope that their presidency will mark a strong point of cooperation and support for Nigeria as well as the African continent. The president said this in a statement released by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, on Wednesday. President Buhari congratulated the U.S. leaders and the entire country on the successful transition. On sports, over to Abu Sufyan.
Hello, welcome to Standard Voice Television Sports Room. I am Abu Sufyan Bakar, and as usual, I bring the sports updates. Both Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have made it into the UEFA Team of the Year. Cristiano Ronaldo may have won Serie A with Juventus, but on the European front, he and Juventus struggled as a whole as they were eliminated at the last 16th stage by Lyon of France. Lionel Messi, on the other part, did do slightly better with Barcelona, reaching quarterfinals, but at the stage they were destroyed 8-2 by Bayern Munich, which actually led to the Argentine asking to leave the club. In domestic action, Barca surrendered La Liga to Real Madrid in 2019-2020 season, which was their first in 12 years without winning any silverware. Still, both players were voted in by the public in the front four, which includes Robert Lewandowski. The poll has already won the FIFA's Men's Footballer of the Year award and the UEFA's Men Player of the Year award for 2020, following his treble-winning season with Bayern Munich, in which he scored a ludicrous 55 goals in all competitions. And that's what we have on sports today. Back to the newsroom.
That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Zamfara State Speaker meets local government sole administrators over insecurity bedeviling the state. Federal government, state and local governments shared 619.3 billion naira for December 2020. Federal government creates permanent job opportunities for ex-Empower beneficiaries. On business, African Development Bank set up efforts to promote Africa economic growth. On international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari has sent a congratulatory message to Joe Biden as the 46th U.S. President. On sports, Messi, Ronaldo makes UEFA Team of the Year. That's the news. On behalf of the production crew, Head of News and Current Affairs Department, Ibrahim Garbatouno, I am Samira Ibrahim, wishing you a pleasant day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television News. Goodbye.